Hello everyone, welcome back to Speed. In this video, we will be seeing sequencing under operation research. We will be solving a problem of two jobs on M machine by following graphical method. Before starting with the content, if you have not subscribed to us, please do subscribe to our channel to support us. So let us continue. So let us look into the two jobs on M machine type. So for every problem there is a common set of procedure which we need to follow in order to solve the problem. So here the main thing is there will be two jobs which need to be processed on a same set of machines, and we need to find the sequence in which these machines are placed on the these jobs are placed on the machines, so that we'll be having the least processing time at the end, so which will give us the maximum efficiency. So for that we need to plot a graph where we'll be keeping the jobs on the x and y axis, and we'll be representing the machines at the relation between the job 1 and job 2. So we'll be representing job 1 on the x axis as you see in the image here, and job 2 will be on the y axis. So in between this we will be representing the we'll be representing the boxes which will represent the machines. So here we can see that the horizontal line on the graph shows the processing time of job 1 and the idle time of job 2. So when the graph flows on the horizontal line, which means that the job 1 is being processed and job 2 is idle. And similarly, when the line is progressing along the y axis, when the line is progressing along y axis, which means that job 2 is job 2 and job 1. So along the x-axis job 1 is processing and job 2 is idle, and along the y-axis job 2 is processing and job 1 is idle. So there will be a situation that job 1 and job 2 both are being processed on different machines. So that time we will be representing in the graph as a inclined angle. So which means that at this point both job 1 and job 2 are being processed. So we'll see the same in the next slide. So let us look into the problem which we are going to solve in this video. Use a graphical method. So they will be mentioning that we need to use the graphical method to minimize the time required to process the following jobs on a machines. So calculate the total time elapsed. So we'll be calculating the total time elapsed, which is the sum of processing time and idle time. So this will be same for both the job and job 2. So we can see that we have two jobs 1 and 2 which needs to be processed on 5 machines. So here we can see that job 1 on machine A, job 1 starts first and then job 2 comes after machine A is processed. So we need to represent these on the graph. So let me make this as job 1. So this is a simple representation. Detail I'll show in the next slide. Job 2. So here we can see that job 1 starts and it takes 6 hours to process on machine A. So we can see that for machine A, job 1 takes 6 hours. So and at the same time machine job 2 will be on machine B and it will take 10 hours. So For now, leave this part. So we'll see that job 2. Now just see that when will the, so we need to mark machine A on the plot, which I said before as a boxes. So how to mark machine A in the graph? So we need to see that on job 1, A starts in the beginning. So which is 0 to, so which is here 0 to 6. So in the graph you can see that which comes around here 0 to 6. But on job 2, that machine comes somewhere around here, which is after being processed on B and C, job 2 will come for A. So at what time job 2 will come on A is 10 plus 8. So after 18 hours, job 2 will come to A. So we need to mark that 18 hours here. So from here the process will start. So we know that job 1 will remain 6 hours on machine A. So that we as I told in the previous slide, horizontal line represents processing time of job 1. So let us make that. So that is here 6 hours. And similarly, job 2 will remain again 6 hours on machine A. So horizontal line represents the processing time of job 2 here. So this part is where this part represents the machine A. So it will be consumed at the 0 to, it will be consumed between 0 to 6 hours by job 1, and again 18 to 24th hour it will be consumed by job 2. Similarly for B, for after A is completed, after job 1 is completed with A, it will go to job machine B. So here we can see that the working of job 1 on machine B starts from 6th hour and it remains on B for the next 8 hours. So which is from here 6 to 14. And here we can see that job 2 will be first on machine B. So which is from 0 to 10 hours. So the vertical line plot will start from the 0 itself and it goes till 10. So the common point is 0 to 10 and 6 to 14. So this is a machine B. So we need to remember that when you are plotting for A, we cannot directly start it is 0 here, 0 to 6, and then here A is taking 6 hours, so 6, and here we will be making A. So this is wrong. So we need to see from where A is starting for job 1. So it is starting in the beginning, so it goes till 6, but for B it is starting after 18 hours. So it will 18 hours it will start plus 6, so it will go till 24. So that is 18 and 24. Then here we need to mark the common. So this is how we plot the graph. So about the path and all we'll see in the next slide. So this is how as I mentioned, this here this is how you should be preparing the graph. So along the x-axis you should mention the scale, whichever is required according to your wish. We can plot the hours or minutes, whatever is given in the question paper. So this time is the processing time of job 1, and here on the vertical, in the same way we need to put the time of job 2. So this is for job 2. So let me just remove these things. So I have already made the boxes. So here we can see that the machine A comes here. So machine A comes in for job 1 at 0, which is here, and it remains on job 1 remains on machine A for the 6 hours, and job 2 comes at 18th hour and remains there for next 6 hours, which is still 24. So once A is done, next plot is for B, machine B. Similarly, we have to draw for machine C, machine D, and machine E. So once we are done with all the machines, we can see that it will reach at the one corner, and that corner is where we get the total time elapsed. So it is the point where both the jobs have been completely processed on all the machines. So now we need to plot the graph. So we need to see that to get a so the efficient situation is that both the jobs are being processed. So we need to try to make the inclined line as much as possible. So here we can see that at the beginning we can plot the inclined line, which means that both job 2 and job 1 are being processed. So after that we cannot pass through the machine. So here we need to plot the vertical line, and again we can easily make the inclined line. So we'll go for the inclined line. So here you can see that at this point we can try to reach till we can go till here, and then we can go like this, and again we can move like this, and again we can reach the end. But thing is, here we can see that horizontal line represents that job 2 is idle. So here we can see that at this point job 2 is completely idle, and at this point job 1 is completely idle. So which is not the what we say efficient condition. So we are keeping jobs idle for the maximum time. So what we'll be doing is we'll be seeing the path where we have the least idle time. So for that I will be considering this vertical path, and again I will go for the inclined path. Again we'll reach the end like this. So we have reached the top. So once we are done with this, we need to find out, the main question is we need to find out the total elapsed time and the time and on which machine job 1 is first and on which machines job 2 is first. So we need to remember that when we have the uh, x and y axis like this, here we'll be having job 1 and here we'll be having job 2. So think that path comes something like this. Here will be some machines and here will be some machines. So whatever the machines which are above the line, which are above the path, on these machines job 1 will be processed first, and the machines which are below the line, on these machines job 2 will be processed first. So from the graph we can see that on A, let me just on machine A, job 1 is processed first, and machine B, job 2 on C, job 2 on D, job 2, and on E also job 2. So this is how we plot the graph. About the calculation and all we'll see in the next slide. So before that, as I told, important steps once we are done with the machine box: draw a path from origin to top outermost corner. Path should never pass through the blocks. Consider the path with the least processing time, which is we shouldn't get the maximum length of horizontal or vertical line. So this is the same plot. So here we need to calculate the total time elapsed. So we can see that from the tape, initially we need to find the so total time is equals to processing time plus idle time. So processing time is from the question paper, so which we know that. So let me just see to it. So we need to find the sum of these numbers. So here the processing time is 6 plus 8, 14, 18, 30 and 34, and here it is 40, 18, 24, 28 and 40. So for job 1, processing time is 34 hours. Job 2, processing time is 40 hours. So we got the processing time. Now we need to find the idle time. So this idle time we'll be finding out from the graph. So here the idle times are nothing but vertical or horizontal line in the path. So here we can see that there is a vertical line, which means job 1 is idle, job 1, job 2. So here we'll be calculating the idle. So here job 1 is idle, which is for 4 hours. and again here job 1 is again idle for 6 hours, and job 2 is idle here for 4 hours. 4 6 4. So here job 2 is 4 hours. So job 1, job 2, total time. So processing time of job 1 is 34, idle time is 10, and the processing time of job 2 is 40 plus idle time is 4. So here we can see that for both we'll be having 44 hours of processing time. So here we are done with one part, and next part we need to find on which machines which has been which job has been come first. So let us take machine A, B, C, D, E. So A is above the line, so job 1 comes first. So job 1. B is below, all others are below the line, so job 2 will come first. So job 2, job 2, job 2, and job 2. So the question was to find the total time elapsed. So question was to find the total time elapsed. We have found out, and then we needed to find which machine comes on which job comes first on which machine. So that also we have found out. So this is how we solve the problem. So the steps are: plot a graph with a perfect scale, then draw the blocks of machines with the times. Be careful at this point, and once the blocks are done, then draw a path. Try to draw the path which is having least either vertical or horizontal. This part should be least as possible, and once it is done, calculate the total time considering processing time and idle time. So how to calculate idle time? So vertical lines are the idle time of job 1, and horizontal lines are the idle time of job 2. So this is how we solve the problem. So in the next video we'll be solving the problem of in the same content, which is sequencing. We'll be solving problems on n machines on n jobs on 2 machines, n jobs on 3 machines. So see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you are not subscribed, please do subscribe to our channel and keep supporting. Thank you.